Welcome to Black Love Matters, where this serves as a therapy session for figuring out adulthood,
loving each other,
or finding our inner Brock and Michelle,
or Jay-Z and Beyonce. Or this episode, y'all, we're going to go with Killer Mike and his wife. So his wife is named, what's Shayna? Killer Mike and Shayna, they've been married since 2006. They got 4 kids, and she's a saint. That's it.
Why do you say all that?
Killer Mike is so problematic. We're going to talk about it. You all know Killer Mike got that new show on Netflix. I don't even know the name of it.
Trigger warning.
Nero made me watch the entire season. Don't worry, it's only 4 or 5 episodes. They're 20 minutes apiece.
Yep.
So he made me watch all of them. And yes, he do got a point, but he's problematic. But I will say he has a beautiful brown queen on his shoulder, and it looks like she has sense. So I'm saying she's a saint because she keeps all that craziness together. What's Killer Mike's sign?
I don't know, baby.
He could be a Cancer.
You think so?
Yeah, he's just so intense. To the point where sometimes she was just he'll go on this whole rant. And at the end, she'll just look and be like, "Oh, okay." and then he kind of calmed down. Was like, "Oh, yeah, that's what she's saying." Mm-hmm. But I thought their love was unique. I love a good. They need to be on Love and Hip Hop. I think Killer Mike will be wondrous television on that.
You think so?
Yeah. Could we get Killer Mike and Joe Budden on a conversation and see where that hits?
He's a Taurus.
Oh, Taurus are very stubborn, though. So that makes sense, too. Taurus are very, very stubborn. They're very particular about, their house and things around them and how things appear to be. Taurus aren't necessarily people who are going to go with the status quo, right? So that goes, again, to being bullheaded, right? If you cannot tell a Taurus this how it always supposed to be or this how it always been. A Taurus will lose their motherfucking mind. So that does make a little bit of sense to be a Taurus. Mm. But usually Taurus a little bit more bohem. I always describe a Taurus style as chic bohem, right? Because a lot of their stuff to be I don't really aspire or I don't really subscribe to the society. Meanwhile, on the ranch, they got the baddest house on the block and they be dressed to impress, right? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You be like, what Taurus? I thought you said you don't subscribe to normal westernized standards. That's a Cartier watch. So that's how Taurus will get you caught up. But that's problematic, just like Killer Mike. But they are good people. Oh, they are good people. What do you think about Killer Mike and his wife?
It is definitely a yin-yang type of thing. Where she's like, oh, that's what you're going to do? Oh,
good luck. Dinner's at 6.
Good luck.
He'll go on a whole tirade. For example, he'll be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to make my own country. She'll be like, dinner's at 6. I'm like, Naomi, that couldn't have been my response of near him. I'm about to make a country. Nigga, who, what, when, where, how? The 4 W's, in school. Mm-hmm. Reading, writing, arithmetic. Who, what, when, why, where, how, and with what money are you about to create a whole fucking country, my nigga? And she was just like, oh, okay, good. Collard greens be done in an hour. It's Shayna's a saint. I don't know how she do it. Anyway, who is you?
I'm Nero.
And I'm Nyambi.
And this is episode 217, y'all.
Hey.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Y'all thought we wasn't going to give y'all a podcast on the King's Day.
Happy MLK, y'all. It's a day on, not a day off.
I hope y'all out there marching.
You need to be marching.
This is something y'all can play in the background while y'all out there marching and of a revolution.
We'll be trying to watch the cussing.
I don't know about that. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the folks who are still on this government shutdown.
Yeah,
and it's going on. It's going on all these damn weeks. Shout out to y'all in our prayers.
Yeah. We had a nice little prayer session for that. Even when I went to church today, we prayed for everything, honey. We prayed for the workers. We prayed for the end. The pastor went through everything to the point where the pastor told us to pray. And Aaron was like, he ain't going to give us no direction.
We'll talk about that. But be sure to leave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts and on Stitcher. Mm-hmm. Follow us on all forms of social media at Black Love Matters. That's Black and Okay.
Yeah.
Now, talk about this church that we went to.
Well, we went to church at home. We went to Bedside Baptist this morning, y'all, because I could not leave the house. I could not physically leave the house, but I had to get the word. And so my church, I forgot my church live streams. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, I never tried live streaming. Let me see how it is. And my church is so, what's it called? Technologically savvy. Yeah. That not only can you stream, but you can pay your tithes via text message, online. You can basically do whatever you need to do for the comfort of your own home. I was like, well, you know what? Let me try it, right? Let me see how it is. If I don't feel the same, I'll go back next time. And I was like, oh, Mabel, we're all going to church.
And this is not what I'm used to on the fact that
used to I'm going or not going at all.
Because when Nyambi goes to church, it's usually me time. Yeah. It's Niram's time.
Yeah.
To decompress, maybe do a little cleaning around the house.
Yeah.
Do things I want to do because Nyambi's all in my face all the whole weekend.
Ooh.
And so it's like, how?
Niram, you prayed for me and Mabel.
And so
you said, Lord, please bless me with people who care about me.
How am I going to clean and do all the house husband duties if Nyambi ass is just sitting on the couch looking at me talking about, don't I look warm? Won't you come sit with me?
I said, it's time to come to church. I made Mabel sit down. We brushed her hair. And I made Niram sit down for church. Were you surprised? What you thought of it, Niram?
I thought it was crazy.
What? What? The church or the concept I did?
The concept that you did.
Like when he told us to pray, we prayed too. We act like we was right in church. I text my parents. I was like, y'all way to church. And you know, it's a 3-hour time difference. It was like, we've been out of church and we ain't go. I said, here's the link. I said, we can go to church together now.
Oh my God.
And my mom, of course, my mother ain't responded in. But all through it, my dad was like, oh, that was a good service. I said, it was a good service, wasn't it? That's a nice way to connect everybody, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, now I know what time I need to be there. I need to go to your church at 11 o'clock.
Don't do that. No, that's too late. 10:45.
11 to 11:30.
You need to be there from 10:45.
Because all that singing shit,
yeah, they ain't the best
all
singers.
that meeting and greeting people, I don't need none of that shit. Y'all can just leave that to the wayside.
Niram, fellowship is important for church.
For some people.
Do you like how our announcements are now all
video? Yeah.
They all video. Ain't that fancy?
Yeah, y'all niggas are getting fancy.
I said, shut the noise. They actually had a marriage ministry, and I told Niram we should go to it. We might go. I don't know. We might be too much for them. Mm-hmm. I think we might go and shake the tables a little bit. But I would say at my church, the bomb, because they got a wedding ministry where you come, and I think you pay, what do you say, $20? $25 per couple, and you get free dinner, babysitting, and like all this stuff, like for 4 or 5 hours. Oh. And I was like, just babysitting alone.
Do they got pet sitting?
Can we bring Mabel? For $25 alone, I don't know if you can find a babysitter for 4 hours for $25.
No. Can we bring our pet?
I would say just alone for that. And I think that's what they just paying for the food, because I think they got church volunteers watching the kids. Uh-huh. So I think that's just to get the little piece of Italian food they're going to have catered. Mm-hmm. That's an amazing deal. I would go every Friday. That will be date night. How about you ain't got to feed us no food.
Right.
Just had the church open.
Just watch these kids.
We be back.
First, everybody got their Corey and Sorry check? Yeah? Okay, yeah.
They who?
Corey check. You know that's the check you always got to do before you deal with like any kids. So
what is the hell? What the hell are you talking about?
Substitute teach, and yeah, it's called Corey's and Sorries. I forgot what it means, but it's like whenever you're dealing with kids, that's the check they run the background checks.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, at our church you get all the background checks. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like with the FBI, the sex offender, all that stuff. Yeah, you get
Corey, criminal offender record information.
Yeah.
And there's another one that's called Sorry.
Sex offender, probably. Yeah. They do all the background. Yeah, this ain't just random people from the church. Like they done got
And the Sorry, it's a sex offender registration information. So yeah, you gotta do your Corys and Sorries.
Yeah. It's a whole process that they go through. Like it ain't just it ain't just random niggas. It's like, oh yeah, bring your baby here. And they have it like video. So you can stream in to see where your kid at too.
Oh my God.
What you mean? Oh my God! Well, hell, we had one for the dog. Remember we dropped Desi off at the daycare, and it was like, here the link to where he gonna be at. Yeah. I said, damn.
I never looked at it.
I did.
You were always on it.
I want to see what the fuck is going on in there.
And I said, what he doing? I don't know. He looked like he playing with a dog. I said, oh, okay.
Good for him.
Good for him.
He's silly. Oh, is it my check-in?
Yes, baby.
Where do I begin with my check-in? Well, the first thing, okay, y'all, we ain't talk about this, but can we? Soulja Boy. I'm endeared.
Why are you endeared?
I don't know. It's something about him. He's a black treasure. Mm-hmm. And I want to hold him as a black treasure. What does these means y'all keep doing for everybody?
Tiger.
Or they did one for the beauticians. I was cracking up. They was like $200 for an install, and you think the hair included? What? An install? I was what happened? Did I miss that part of the interview?
Yeah, you see the tiger.
Well, first, for y'all who don't know, Neil, can you tell them what we referring to about Soulja Boy?
We're talking about Soulja Boy, aka Young Draco. You know, he been
Who
on
is Draco?
That's his other aka.
I missed that.
AKA Young Draco.
Young Draco.
Yeah, Draco.
That nigga.
AKA Soldier Man. I don't know. AKA
Soldier Man. And he on Marriage Boot Camp.
Yes.
With all the hip hop people. Y'all you stay freaking tuned. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch all them fools cut up on that show.
So Soulja Boy was on the Breakfast Club. Well, he's been on this whole media press tour anyway.
Doing what though?
About this video game that he got called the Soulja Game.
And everybody was like, "It's just a knockoff Nintendo." They was like, "Only cost $3."
I would say it was more 87, but yeah. So that's pretty much what it was. So he went on this whole media press tour about this game he got and like these other electronics that he's selling. So he got the Soulja Game.
God. He like Raycon.
Yes.
So but Raycon legit or Raycon not legit?
Who's to say who's legit? Okay. So he bought these. So there's these. Do y'all remember from like the dollar store, and they have like those knockoff games that you plug up into the TV and you get to play Mario Brothers and all that shit like that?
No, I've never been there.
Oh, well, I've been there before.
Oh, I've never been there before.
Well, there's games like that at the dollar store.
At the dollar store?
Yes.
How much were they?
$1.
Shut up. No, it wasn't.
Or like, you know how, for example, even Target. So, you know, Target got their own little game that you plug up.
No.
So, you don't remember that Sega, that handheld Sega thing you got me?
That was by Sega.
Okay. But, you know, there's companies that make that, right?
No.
Yes. There's other companies that make that.
Yeah.
So Soulja Boy bought a bunch of them from one of the companies that does that and just slapped his name on it and raised the price and sold them.
All I remember him saying was all the white people, the Apple phones was made in China, his made in China. What's the difference?
Yeah.
Sorry, copyright infringement is the difference.
So, you know, that's the thing, right? So there's other places that do that and do licenses, right? Yeah. But I think that he's getting a lot more attention because it's Soulja Boy, right?
And he dared them.
Right.
He dared them rich white people.
So, like,
people, I don't know which one.
Just like that Sega game, that handheld Sega game you can go to the
Where
Dollar
is that
Tree.
At, Nero?
Right here, actually.
Oh, okay. Let me see if it worked. Pass it.
Have I charged it?
Let me see if it worked, Nero. Let me see if you appreciate me.
Oh, I do appreciate you, baby.
Okay. Finish your thoughts.
Bam. Comes on. Ha ha. And it plays.
Thank you, Nero.
So it's something similar to this, right? It is.
I done bought near him a Soulja Brothers. What's it called? What's Soulja Boy one called?
It's Soulja Game.
Oh.
And so you see how it ain't got no labeling and nothing on it. It just got this little sticker on there.
Yeah.
That just say Genesis.
Yeah.
So take that off and just put Soulja Game there.
Oh my God.
So that's all he did.
We should have supported. So now the website is shut down and it goes straight to Nintendo.
Know.
No, I think it goes straight to Super Nintendo.
No, because he opened up another website too. So SouljaGame.com.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. SouljaWatch.com don't even work no more either.
Okay.
Somebody took it down.
Near you already know who the somebody is.
Who took it down?
Nintendo.
But SouljaGame.com, yeah, that went straight to Nintendo.
You can't steal Nintendo, especially their biggest brand, Soulja.
So you see how you talking about? Oh, that's a Genesis. Mm-hmm. But where's the packaging, right? Yeah. It ain't got nothing on there that says Sega Genesis. Yeah. Even when you cut it on,
it says Ultimate Portable Game.
Even when you cut it on,
it say like at game or something.
Yeah. So it don't even say Sega, right?
Yeah.
So that's the same thing. Yeah. And you bought this from Target.
Lord, I should have bought a Soulja.
You should have bought a Soulja watch.
Yeah.
Because it don't say Sega when it say at games. So what's the difference?
Oh my God, pass this.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
And this is a handheld with Sega Genesis games on it and shit.
Exactly.
So what's the difference?
I'm endeared to Soulja Boy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm endeared to all the clothes he wears. I'm endeared to the headbands. I'm endeared to all the chokers he be wearing.
Oh, he says his website got hacked.
He a lie.
And actually.
He a lie.
What you mean?
Ain't no, okay. What done happened?
And actually, you get more games on his.
I know.
On the one you got me from Target, you don't even got that many games.
Oh, I don't got that many games.
No, but Soulja Watch game, he got 800 games on it.
Oh, we don't got 800 here.
Mm-mm. Look, dude got a picture of it. Don't it look like it?
It do.
See?
I'm just endeared to him. He's just hilarious to me.
Mm-hmm.
Even when, like, the little things, it's just his responses to shit. Remember, y'all know B2K going on concert and they asked him why he ain't going until they ain't had no money for Young Draco. Shut up, lying. Shut up, lying, Soulja Boy. They ain't invite you. Like, you're not smitten with him. I am smitten with Soulja Boy.
I enjoy Soulja Boy.
I am a fan.
I enjoy the hustle. You know, some people saying he's scamming, but there's a lot of other people out here. A lot
of version of scamming, honey.
There's a lot of people out here selling that skinny tee, these elastic waistbands, talk about their waist trainers.
They're selling them tires.
And everything. Mm-hmm. So this nigga bought some big games from China and selling them and put his name on it. More power to him.
But anyway, I know he be cutting a fool, but I'm here for it.
Mm.
and it's just something about that brought me a little bit of joy. Like, even like I said, from the way he was dressed, Charlamagne the guy was being mean to him.
You know, that's the thing.
He was trolling him.
I like how Soulja Boy was just swerving all of like Charlamagne the guy's digs, because like Charlamagne was trying to get him like riled up and like those underlining like shots that Charlamagne was throwing at him, and Soulja Boy was like, you funny, Uncle Charlotte, and just moved on, right? And I thought that was kind of cool, like even under pressure of, you know, people trying to clown his ass, that he was still able to blow that shit off and like keep moving.
I agree. But that brought me a little bit of joy. Also, what happened, we went to the movies a lot this week. And y'all, we seen one movie. We seen Escape Room. Escape Room is low-key, high-key good. So it's about a group of people who get like this invitation to participate in this escape room. And if they get out, they win $10,000. And each room is like a different like clues and stuff. But you know, in a real escape room, like you get hints and you don't die. But this one, you really could die in this motherfucker. Mm-hmm. It was so good. It's playing that little Indian boy. And they put Lawrence in there.
Yeah.
And you know what role he playing?
Lawrence
2.0. That's exactly. I don't know that boy name, but y'all know who Lawrence. Jay Ellis. Jay Ellis is playing Lawrence in 10 years. So you know Lawrence is at that tech company, right? He does really well at the tech company, and they give him a few bonuses. That's the role he's playing here. Mm-hmm. He's really good at that.
Yeah.
But I thought Escape Room was the bomb. It's so good that I'm not fucking with nobody's escape room.
You ain't doing no more escape rooms?
I'm not doing any more fucking escape
rooms. You done?
Rooms. I'm not doing that shit.
It was scary as fuck. It was too real for me.
It was almost, y'all know, it's a cult classic. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of this generation Saw.
It does.
Remember when you first seen Saw? I feel like I seen Saw by accident. Like I wasn't pressed to see Saw, but somebody was like, "No, let's go see it." I think that's when it was like dollar movies or like maybe $2, $5 Tuesdays or something like that. And we went to see it, and you was like, "Oh," or like Final Destination. Like those are movies I have super low expectations for, and you just went to go see it. Mm-hmm. And then after you went to go see it, you be like, "Oh shit.
Yeah."
That's Escape Room. If you go see Escape Room, I want an Escape Room part 2. Now at the end, I think they rushed the ending a little bit.
Yeah.
But I can forgive that for the rest of the movie. Mm-hmm. The ending was a little rushed to me.
Especially for the cliffhanger of Escape Room 2.
Yeah. But I'm so here for an Escape Room part 2. Like, it can go on and on and on. Because I was actually near me. You tell me if I'm wrong. Weren't you just interested in the themes of the room?
Yeah.
And, like, how to get out. Like, I was trying to figure out, like, how do you get out this bitch?
Right.
What would I do except get on my knees and ask the Lord for help? Well, I just don't know what I would do. Like, I was trying to, like, all right, if I'm in this situation, what the fuck would I do? But I thought it was lit. Especially
with that first room when everybody started getting hot and shit.
Oh, I knew something when they walked in, and the lady was like, "Please have a seat." And I'm like, "What that bitch came?" Well, she didn't even pull back the glass.
Right, same inflection and everything.
Yeah, and the old girl picked it up too. And I was like, "What in the world?" Oh, but if y'all looking for like a nice, good movie, it's a thriller, kind of psychological thriller thing. Mm-hmm. It's perfect. Like, it's good to go like right before you go into dinner or on like a Sunday or Saturday. Like, it's so worth it. It's caught classically though. Don't go and think you're gonna get like this deep storyline. Mm-hmm. No, it's caught classic, good television, good jumps. It's really good.
I also think they had a hell of a plot twist. Their plot twist was off the hook.
Which one?
Almost when you thought they was at the end.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
That was a nice little plot twist.
Yeah, I agree. Mm-hmm. So, Escape Room brought me joy. If y'all looking for something to bring you a little bit of joy, it's good. If you missed seeing Lawrence, you can see Lawrence in his like mid to late 40s, and see how he operating through that way. Yeah. Also, the movie, I knew I was out. Well, first off, after I got on my knees and asked the Lord which way to go, I would have lost this off being fat and an American and out of shape. A lot of them rules took a lot of physical capability that I
a lot of upper body strength that a lot of
and it ain't even strength like, oh, let me hold this, or like like some of the stuff took grit and endurance, and I think I can do it. Like that cold area that was in, like I think I could have handled that. But like that other place where they was hanging on and swinging,
upside down, yeah, that shit was crazy.
Like I don't know if I could have. I'd be like, go be blessed. What about you, there? What you thought about it?
Oh yeah, I would have died on one of those things. Yeah, just out of just being a big nigga.
Just can't hang on. I can't hang on. I know I was gonna do when baby girl was holding on by that telephone string.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that would have snapped so quick.
Nia, next time we talk, we need to start worrying about our upper body strength goals. I know last year we was worrying about like core strength and things like that. So this year we need to worry about upper body strength.
Upper body strength and not going to escape rooms.
Yeah, we need to be able to do a pull up. If it's just one. We just need to be able to do a strict pull up, even if it's just one.
Can you do a pull up?
No.
How far can can you get with the
I don't know. I'm too big to even think about it.
You can't think about it.
Yes.
I think I could do a pull-up.
Oh, I doubt it.
Why you say that?
No.
You know who can do a pull-up?
Who?
My father.
Yes, he can.
He can do how many?
Last time he was he did
15?
like 5, yeah, or something like that.
My dad could do 15 pull-ups. My father's coming to visit in February. We're gonna see if he can hold his record.
Oh, okay.
Where was he at? He did it though.
Your
How
job.
did we know that? Oh, we were, weren't we?
Because we went by the gym area or your job.
Yeah, it did. Did that shock you?
No, because I already knew your day was strong as hell. I was talking to Nia one day, and I was like, Naomi's dead, getting buff. And he's like, what you mean? Like, that nigga was walking around here with a wife beater and the shoulders just was all out. The shoulders is just all cut up. And I said, that nigga getting buff. He's like, yeah. I said, look at his shoulders next time you see him. He started had that upside down V.
Nero?
Hey.
Well, I know I'm trying to get on my Angela Bassett, Michelle Obama, because they got a strong upper body. They got strong back muscles. You know who got the best back is either Angela Davis or Viola. I'm sorry, Angela Bassett or Viola Davis. Them the ties for the strongest backs on earth.
Yeah, they do got some nice backs.
I'm like, Jesus. It's just they breathe it and the muscles start flexing. Last but not least, I actually found a therapist. It's a black woman. She look a little boheme. So we're going to see how it goes.
Okay.
My appointment's not next week, but the following week. That's how booked she is. She's booked and busy. So we'll see. So probably not this week, but next week, Wednesday episode, I'll let y'all know if I'm dumping her or not. Okay. Because I don't have time. You know, when I'm younger, I would play if I didn't feel the chemistry. But if I don't feel it in the first 60 minutes, I won't be back.
If she booked the busy, you might need to schedule some out.
Well, I'm hoping that it's for new patients. Because, you know, counselors take different new patients and the regular at different intervals, right? Like, so as a new patient, I had to wait for an opening compared to a reoccurring patient. You get your time slot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm assuming she got a time slot open. She's taking me as a new patient.
Gotcha.
So we'll see, and I'm happy about it. I need it. Y'all, all I'm gonna ask is this upcoming week, y'all just keep me prayed up. Y'all, I'm doing a lot of moves. I'm doing a lot of traveling. I'm doing a lot of stuff that I'm not excited to do. But I'm trying to walk out on faith and be blessed and prayed up. That's why later this week, y'all going to get a couple fun episodes, right? So you might get some home buying episodes. You might get some random questions episode because I'm actually going to be traveling. So y'all just keep me prayed up and just keep me in your thoughts because you already know how my what's set up.
Her anxiety set up.
That I got to be very careful. But I'll let y'all know how the trip go when I get back. But I haven't left yet.
Okay.
Nero, what's your check-in? Are you going to miss me?
Yes, I am.
How much?
A lot, baby.
Okay.
I miss you.
What about Mapes?
Yeah, she's gonna miss you too.
Okay.
I need to figure out how we're gonna like get you to leave without her noticing because like when she actually sees somebody gone, like she be at that door sniffing and shit.
Oh, you're right.
So
I might have to Uber to the airport.
I don't know.
So
we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
The other movie we went to go see was Mr. Glass.
Trash.
Mr. Glass was not trash.
It was.
No, it wasn't. What game are you playing over there?
The Sega. Mr.
Are you
Glass
playing the Soldier
was
game?
Trash. I'm playing Soldier Brothers. What's it called?
Soldier Brothers.
I'm playing Soldier Brothers.
Super Soldier Brothers.
I'm playing Soldier Brothers.
Mr. Glass was not trash. I think it was a slow movie to start up.
First of all, M. Night Shyamalan is inconsistent, but go ahead.
He is. I think he is inconsistent. When he's on, he's on. When he's off, he's off. However, you know, I think this was a great movie to like book in the Unbreakable series. So it was Unbreakable, Split, and then Glass. And I think all three of those movies, when you put them together, that was a good body of work.
Yeah.
But why I know why you think it's trash.
Well, what?
The beginning, I would say the first third of the movie
was very slow.
Which is slow moving.
Samuel L. Jackson didn't even talk for the first hour.
Very slow moving.
He didn't even say a word. And I was like, wait, Mr. Glass don't talk.
But once we got into the thick of things,
they could have moved it a lot quicker.
So that's why you say it's trash. But I think it was still a good movie.
Yeah.
Like, was it the best out of the series? No.
Split,
I think Split maybe was the best out of.
First of all, I've never seen Unbreakable.
You never seen Unbreakable, so you don't even know the whole storyline. Then
I mean, it's not much. It's a guy who was in an accident. That's it. And
but you don't understand. Like, you really don't understand all the other stuff.
What the fuck am I missing? Bruce Willis, he got in a train or a plane crash or whatever it was, and then he lived and he got superpowers.
Yeah.
That's it.
And then he was a superhero and shit like that, and he was stopping glass. And then
Glass is an enemy.
Yes.
Wait. Sam Jackson is the enemy.
Yes.
Oh, that changed the
Glass
story.
is the villain.
Oh. I thought they was kind of friends.
No.
Okay.
So that's where you don't understand everything. Glass is a villain.
They let that old fragile man run up on him.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Because his brain power is so damn strong.
It.
This nigga was doing everything. It. Oh, hating ass Naomi.
They deserve that.
So,
when Sam just fell out his wheelchair and he just fell to pieces. I said that's all it took.
That's why his name is Glass.
Jesus. Come on.
But
and old boy got 38 personalities. No one figured to push him out the chair.
So even that, but even the whole thing of, the accident at the beginning of Unbreakable.
How he set it up.
Like how he set it up. But like he set that up.
For that purpose.
Yeah. And then how like dude dead and Split was also on that train too. And the reason why he cracked the fuck up is because his father died.
Yeah.
And that triggered his mother to go crazy as fuck. Yeah, spoiler alert. Oh well.
But it was okay. It's still okay with all that. Like the thing was, it got to the point where it was like, hurry up. Mm-hmm. That's what it did for me. Mm-hmm. Where Escape Room, I was like, oh.
Because Escape Room punched you right in the face.
Oh, what are you trying to say? I can't take.
No, you can't take a slow.
No, M. Night Shyamalan is just inconsistent with his shit.
I agree.
That's all. But and he's just like Spike Lee in the Indians and the blacks.
Don't you do that on King Spike.
Listen. The Indians and the blacks don't like to talk about it. M. Night Shyamalan, Indian man, and Indians don't like to talk bad about him.
Don't you do
and
that
the blacks
to Spike.
Don't like to talk bad about Spike Lee, but both of them niggas inconsistent.
Don't you do that about Snipe.
I go see both of their movies because I support brown directors, but both are inconsistent.
Don't you do that about Spike.
Okay. Y'all tell me if I'm lying.
The other thing is, I was getting kind of movies mixed up because.
Niram, tell Niram what Niram thought was a crossover between who?
Sixth Sense.
That's when I went to sleep. I said Sixth Sense.
No, because I knew it was Unbreakable and Split, but I felt like it was a fourth movie.
Yeah, this one.
And because I was like,
Glass never had a movie.
No,
that's the thing.
But the thing is that Bruce Willis has been in multiple M. Night Shyamalan movies,
playing the same role,
playing the same damn character, and I'm thinking, damn.
They're talking about what a ghost. I said ghost. I don't think there's no ghost in it. I thought you were talking about the M. Night Shyamalan movie where the grandparents go crazy. Mm-mm. I said no. No. You said the Sixth Sense.
The Sixth Sense boy.
You talking about ain't that him there?
Yeah.
I said that is not James McAvoy. It's not that boy who played I See Dead People. That is not the same nigga.
Sometimes
that is not the same universe. Near a ghost? Literally, I See Dead People was about a young boy who seen ghosts.
I know.
And Bruce Willis was a ghost.
Bruce Willis was not a ghost.
In Sixth Sense?
No, he wasn't.
He was.
He was not.
Niram.
He wasn't a ghost.
What the fuck was he?
He was like an investigator or something.
Bruce Willis was a ghost.
No, he wasn't.
That was the plot twist. Nigga, do we have to watch Sixth Sense tonight?
I'm about to pull it up right now.
And we got to relive the plot twist. Bruce Willis was dead.
Bruce Willis was not dead.
Yes, he was.
I don't believe that.
We're going to watch it tonight.
No.
Yeah, come on. Prime, we're going to watch it tonight. Don't spoil it. We're watching Sixth Sense tonight. We'll report back on Wednesday.
Boy, isolated.
No, Niram, you not.
See, look. Bruce Willis was a child psychologist.
Yes, but he's
who tries
dead.
to help the boy.
But he's dead.
He's not dead.
Niram, yes, when he was alive, he was a child psychologist. And to him, but Bruce is dead. That is the flip.
Bruce ain't dead.
Because it'd be like, you remember he was like arguing with his wife or something, and it's like they were about to break up, and he moved in the basement because she wasn't talking. Nigga, she couldn't see you. she was dead. No, he's dead. We'll report back Wednesday. Y'all tell us. I'm sure they'll correct me, just like they did Patagonia. For y'all who like to know, it's called Caledonia. And actually, I was confusing it with James Brown. Because y'all know I watched the whole James Brown. I watched James Brown movie like 3 times over Christmas.
Shout out to Spread Love.
We got so many. Talking about.
We got so many responses on that on Twitter, Facebook, email. Personal people who know us who sending us text messages. I don't think Bruce Willis is dead.
I think Bruce Willis. We're gonna watch it tonight.
Okay.
All right. But Mr. Glass was all right.
It wasn't trash. I don't think it was trash. I think it was
It was all right. You know what? I'll take that back. It wasn't trash. It was okay. Like, I would see it, but it wasn't. It was all right. I think Escape Room was better.
Yes, when we see movies back to back, like you compare it, but they're two different movies. But I think for the trilogy, I think it was a nice bookend.
Yeah.
I think it was a nice bookend.
Yeah. No, I would go see it. I absolutely would. It's not like, what's it called? The Village or the Town with Little Red Riding Hood and shit that M. Shyamalan did. Now, that was trash. That should have I almost threw him away on that one. I almost ain't seen no more M. Night Shyamalans after that. You know what I'm talking about? It's like The Village that was horrible.
The Town.
Whatever that was, it was bad. That's not this. Like, this was just all right. Like, some of Spice stuff. It's just all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other thing is I had a what's the name? I had a proud fur parent moment.
What happened?
Over the weekend.
What happened?
So I was out walking Mabel doing my fur daddy thing, training Mabel and things of that sort. So this other dog come with I want to say a Bichon Frise. I don't know what the hell it was. It was a little small furry white dog.
Yeah. And
he was aggressive as shit. And like, I was talking to the dude and we was like sharing our war stories. Like, oh, how old is Mabel? I'm like, yeah, she's a clearance puppy, and we got her from the shelter and blah blah blah. And say, oh, my dog is a shelter dog too. And then like Mabel was just sitting there while his dog was just going nuts, like just trying to get to Mabel and shit. But Mabel was just sitting there. And he's like, oh, your dog is just well behaved.
Shit. She just got there.
Just so well behaved. I was like, yeah, we just recently got some training with her. It's like, oh, how long you had her? I said, oh, we got her for Christmas. Like, you had this dog that long? Like that soon? And she's short of a time? And I was like, yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, she's such a good dog. And then like, looking at his dog, I can't remember the dog name. Let's call it Draco. It's like,
Young Draco.
I might need to get your trainer's name for Draco.
You get Uncle Joe name now. He believe in getting dogs' asses.
He sure do. Mm-hmm. So I was a proud fur parent at that point because Naomi always be talking about how Mabel be embarrassing her, but she never.
Mabel be embarrassing the shit out of me sometimes.
You know why?
Why?
Because you're soft on her.
You know what I'm saying? I'm too soft.
You're soft on that bitch.
Ooh.
Literally and figuratively.
Watch it. I'm getting better now. Mm-hmm. We was walking back up to the apartment and Mabel did something. I was like, no. And Niram turned around too. Mm-hmm. When I know her, he turned around. You stopped in your footsteps. How'd that feel, dear?
I said, ooh, what's going on back there?
Because usually we don't do that.
No, because Mama usually don't do no training or correcting.
I try to. Mm-hmm.
So we did that. And then the other thing we did.
But she showed out at the dog park we went to this weekend. She ain't want to play with other people.
Yeah.
Maybe that's sometimes what dogs do that, y'all. They just don't want to be bothered. It was like she didn't want to play, but then she was being a bully. Every time other dogs was playing or do something, she would start barking at them. I'm like, sis.
But that's what Mabel do. Mabel always trying to regulate shit. Mabel wants to be
from her mama.
Mabel wants to be a center of attention, just like her mama. So that's why they're a good fit when they be cuddling with each other on the weekend. And then both of y'all be all sad and shit when I was like, we gotta go outside. What? Why we gotta go outside? Because
we gotta get
had these blinds drawn.
It's been look like it's midnight for 2 days,
and it's been dark as
hell. And it's a 3-day
here.
week. It was a 3-day weekend too, so we really gotta make sure we open the blinds.
And I said we need to open the blinds, get some vitamin D, and wake the fuck up. And
at least for an hour.
So Mabel did not want to play. All she wanted to do was be held. Yeah, she went out there to that dog park and barked at us like, "I'm ready to go."
And to the point where we didn't pick her up, like another white woman picked up her dog, and when she seen the white woman pick up her dog, she went up to the white woman and put her paw up.
Like, pick me up too.
That's the shit I'm talking. That's the embarrassing things I'm saying she do.
What you mean?
That's what she do.
She tried to do that to us. That's why I'm tell you, got to have my back. We gotta have a consistent front here.
Yeah.
Because when I discipline her ass, she run to you, and then you be like, "Oh, pee, come on, pee." So what the fuck? You just took away all my power.
Okay.
I just disciplined her ass for doing something, and then you come in. That's like me whooping our child, and
that's
then
different.
No, it's the same thing.
Okay.
Because that's what they try to do. They understand who in power, and they try to pit you against each other.
But I'm in power.
You think you are. So that's the thing.
Okay.
Just like kids. Just like when we was babysitting somebody's kids.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. And then they went to you and they're going to ask you the same thing. Because they know. Yeah. They know who the weaker link.
Ooh, Niram's trying it. Speaking of nannying, I babysitted the invisible child, y'all. Mm-hmm. She turned once on the monitor.
Oh, yeah?
That's it, though. My mom said it could be a recording.
Probably could. They said, "Just sit your ass right here on this couch."
Yep. Today I had to break down. I actually watched TV. I was reading a book. I couldn't read a book. I just watched TV. Tell y'all, when I went over there, they got commercial-free Hulu. It changed my life.
What?
I said, I can watch these twice as fast. I said, I'm going to look into commercial-free Hulu.
Yeah.
This is nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Other than that, we just seen.
Felt rich. I just want the regular Hulu.
You said it just felt rich.
I said, we keep going through Hulu.
Just keep
going.
Because
I was like, I think I watched Blackish, and I finished Blackish in 10 minutes. I said, that was quick. I said, oh, no commercials.
Uh-huh. Oh, man, that was dope.
Yeah.
Other than that, we watched the whole series of Killer Mike.
Tell them about your... Killer Mike is so problematic, and he's Niram's fave. Y'all know, first of all, maybe I'll start why I think he's problematic. I think he just pontificates. I think he just spills out this black male energy without regard to anyone or anything around him. Like, he think he can just solve the world with nigga remedies and it'll work, right? Like, he applies, like, I don't know, like, he just be doing tit-tat-toe at his house and be like, oh, I'm gonna apply this to the world. Mm-hmm. And it's like, that don't work like that. He's problematic.
What's wrong with that? Hell, our president do that.
Yes, he problematic too.
Mm-hmm.
All of them. You can tell him why you love him.
The thing is, now y'all make it seem like I'm dick riding this nigga, but I'm not.
You are.
I personally just enjoy the nigga is entertaining to me.
Yeah,
he's entertaining, and you know, you were like, oh, this nigga problematic. So he had a
Killer Mike is so problematic. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He's it.
So we had a TV series on Netflix called Trigger Warning. It's only 6 episodes, and they're like 25 minutes to 30 minutes apiece. So, you know,
you need about 2 hours. You can get through it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he basically goes through, like, explores all the issues in America, you know, that affects the black community, and tries to remedy it through the ways that he would think things are done. Mm-hmm. So the first one, I'm not going to go through. Well, maybe I will. Yeah. The first episode was about living black. So he went through this whole self-experiment, a social experiment of,
and this is on Netflix,
trying to live black for 3 days straight or something like that.
Yeah, nothing but black.
Yeah, and nothing but black. So, you know, going to a black-owned grocery store and like purchasing stuff from farms that's from black farmers and things of that sort. So all the way, everything had to be black. So, you know, and he was going through like some of the issues, like, well, I can't drive anywhere because ain't none of the cars created
by black people.
Yeah, there's no black-owned car company.
Not even in Africa. What's going on? Mm-hmm.
So, you know, just going through that, or like, you know, since he's in Atlanta, talking about I can't smoke weed because I don't know no Rastafarians to get my weed from.
Oh my God, like that's problematic. He was like, yeah, all the weed we know is from Northern California. Sir, I'm gonna need you to get up off this. Mm. It was just a lot. And then he had, what was that white boy who would do the Run the Jewels with him?
Yeah, his co-rap star.
Yeah.
What about it?
He was problematic too.
How he is problematic?
I don't know. I just felt it.
Mm-hmm. Or like, you know, they went to the soul food place, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I can finally eat." But he's like, you know, these greens come from a black home farm.
He said, "No, sir." And he had to get that bike and ride his bike home.
So that was the first one. The second one was about school and how he was like, you know, he was on that old school type shit of, you know, we should be telling the kids fuck their dreams.
Oh my God, I don't know if I agree with that.
And like we should be teaching them about skilled trades that we can help them out.
And I agree a mixture of that, right? I don't know if it's necessarily fuck your dreams, but maybe you should plan for your dreams or have a variety of dreams, right? You can't just depend on one stream. It's like to be a millionaire, you have to have 7 streams of income. Maybe that's something we should be teaching them. Okay, that could be your dream, but you got to have at least 6 more dreams, and hopefully one of those 7 come true. But what did that fool then say? And that's why I don't disagree with having like a trade. Like I think that's something that we undermine a lot in our community. Not even just black folks, but America, westernized society. We undermine the
trade workers,
trade work, right? And the importance of that, right? And the stability that comes behind that, right? That is a legit job, right? And a legit job stream. And we get lost in the other stuff because half the brown people in there, what they want to do, music. Or, I'm like, what?
They want to be in the arts, for the most part.
No, I don't want the arts. Niggas just want to be in music. It's a lot of different types of arts, and I only heard one. Like, I don't know where that came from. Like, you know, I even have friends like, yeah, I want to explore music. And I'm like,
what
you're
you mean,
grown as hell.
What you mean? That's what niggas want to do.
Really?
Yes.
Be like Beyonce?
Yes.
Oh, that's not realistic.
Niggas either want to be like Beyonce or Jay-Z.
Really?
Yes. I had the phase when I wanted to be a rapper.
Oh.
You see me in undergrad. You don't remember me and my roommates making
I thought that was
shit?
just for fun. I never thought that was
that shit was not for fun. We thought that shit was serious.
Oh my God. Nut with them egg cartons on the wall.
Yes.
Shut up, lying.
I'm not lying. On some real shit.
Y'all really thought y'all was going to break?
Yes.
What's one song y'all had?
I don't want to put them out there because they on SoundCloud still.
Can I hear it? Because this is how down I was. I've never heard one piece of music near them that's done.
You have.
Oh.
Yes, you have.
Did you send it to me?
No. Every time we was in the car. And every time you was in my car.
Oh, I must have blacked out.
I played music from me and my roommate.
I must have blacked out.
Yeah.
You niggas. I want to. Are you serious? It's still on SoundCloud?
Yes, I think. Yeah, it's still on SoundCloud.
I would like to hear it.
No, because you a hater.
I'm not.
That shit was hot too.
It was not.
That shit was hot fire.
But I know I got friends now who'll be like, "Yeah, I think I'm going into music." And this is me. Like you want. This is me. I'm old. Oh, so you want to learn how to play the piano?
No.
Like,
nigga, we want to be a rapper. We want the money and the fame and the drugs and the strippers.
Get your old ass down.
Shit.
That dream's gone. So that like I get a little bit what he was saying, but where he lost me, where he got problematic was where for me now.
And so he's like, well, I can't do this with the little kids. Like maybe I can do this for like older adults, like people who are off the street, who are homeless. Like I can find a way to teach them a trade or
looking for a job. Them niggas weren't homeless. They was looking for a job.
Or just looking for a job, right? And I can figure out like how to teach them trade in a different way. So he's like, I'm gonna come up with educational pornography. And these motherfuckers went through the whole process of like...
Because they said pornography get the most views and all that shit.
He had a point, right?
He did not.
He did have a point. So if you're trying to hit the masses, pornography is the most viewed thing on the internet. Yeah. Like bigger than everything else. So you would consider like that's the masses. No?
No.
Why not?
Okay, keep going. But in the porn, what they had them doing?
They had them, what they had them doing?
Changing a light bulb or like rewiring a lamp.
Rewiring the lamp.
Snake in
a drain and changing a doorknob.
And he talking about he want to be inclusive. So it was like a lesbian couple, a heterosexual couple, and then a gay couple.
Yeah.
And like the jokes was just too, like, and the people in the room came from all backgrounds. One gay black guy was so me. When y'all see it, you gonna know it was me. Because he was like, oh! Because they had the gay guys like, yeah, I just can't. Sometimes you can just pound the door in just how it's supposed to go there. And then it like veered down. It was just like, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Or the girl was talking about snake in the drain. Just snake the drain. And then they like pause right before they about to fuck. And they were like 3 steps to snake in the drain. Step 1, I'm like, this is too much. You thought it was hilarious.
I did. And that's where you thought it was problematic.
Problematic as
But when you think about it, like, it is some nigga math. Like, it's some curbside.
It's some very nigga math.
You know, it's nigga math. But, you know, you think about it, nigga got a point.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. If you want to reach the masses and the most viewed thing on the internet is porn, maybe you should try it. Not necessarily it's going to work, but it's worth a shot. Shit.
Jesus.
The other one was about white gang privilege. So
that was a decent one, but Crip Cola. Jesus.
Crip Cola and Blood Pop.
Oh my God.
So this is when he, you know, looked at like how white gangs are able to like create these companies
like and Hell's Angels.
Like Hell's Angels. Like Hell's Angels was the example that he used, that, you know, Hell's Angels is like a really legit motorcycle gang that killed police and everything else, but now like they're incorporated and able to like have logos and trademarks on like t-shirts and shit like that. Things. So he's like, why the Bloods and Crips can't do shit like that? And like, why they can't create Blood Incorporated or Crip Incorporated and, you know, create something like that.
And also he was just getting the people's view on like black gangs and the differences, right? So Hell's Angels, white people's like, yeah, they're a gang, but like they help the community, they do whatever they have to do, right? They kind of do that. But for like the Bloods and Crips, they didn't have that purview at all. And you know, as most gangs, right, started with the idea of protecting and supporting the community, and they had no history of that when it came to the Bloods and Crips.
Yeah. And the other one was about a new Jesus. And so, you know, the whole concept of black folks celebrating white Jesus, which I have a point about.
Yeah.
You know, that I know that hit Naomi a little bit.
It hit me be home. My Jesus ain't white.
Oh, what color is your Jesus?
What that man say? Clear. When he said Jesus was clear, I almost took it down. I mean, I know what he's saying, right? He said, well, I really don't know what Jesus looked like till I see him on that day of. And I think he was saying almost he omniscient, right? Like he's nothing, right? Like we can't even comprehend. I know what he's trying to say. But when that nigga said he was clear, I was dead. He said Jesus is clear.
So then
he had the nerve to go talk to Creflo Dollar.
Yeah.
Of TD Jakes one available.
Is TD Jakes in Atlanta?
I think. Yeah, Atlanta or Austin, one of them.
So then he went on to create his own religion.
Jesus.
The Book of Sleep.
Which is named after a man who always looked like he was.
Sleep.
A mess.
Outside of the Box. I don't remember what that one was about. Oh, that's the rap group that had everybody from different
nationalities,
background,
and viewpoints. Yeah,
that was interesting.
Then of course it had to be one white person to test the limits. Y'all see what we mean if you go watch it. But yeah, you should go see it.
Yeah,
y'all should see it. Watch it again. It's just problematic faves, and I'm trying to navigate in our community. How do we navigate that? Like, how do we still give people their peace and their freedom of speech and all that good stuff, but still be like, oh, you're so problematic. How do you do both? What's your answer now?
You let them cook.
At the detriment of what?
Themselves.
Sure, I guess.
Because the thing is, it was for a TV show, but this nigga ain't really doing that shit out.
And that's why it's problematic, because it's niggas who think this is real life, and it's not. Anywho. A little piece of Pillow Talk Nero. I'm sorry we was taking so long on our check-in. It's been a long weekend. I know before I get it, actually for part of Pillow Talk, I know today's MLK Day. I just wanted to get your kind of thoughts on MLK Day and how you celebrate it and kind of your themes for the year. Like, how are you feeling about it this year? MLK Day feels a little different to me.
Well, it's definitely different because, I think we've been in an educational setting for so long that everything always revolved around that educational setting. So, Black student orgs and things of that sort always had something there. But since we're not a part of that bubble, it is a little bit different because we have to actively go seek and try to find something, right?
Yeah.
Versus it just being there, right where we work at. So, I think that's different. But the other thing is I think for me is really finding. It's just part of finding yourself and finding community, truthfully.
Yeah. I feel disconnected a little bit from all of it, right? Like from MLK Day and the marches and the events, right? Or even women's marches was going on this weekend. I ain't know what them white women was marching for. I said, wait, was there a call somewhere? Was there an email? I just feel I'm so disconnected from that. And I don't know why.
I think it's a lot of things.
I support in my own way. Or maybe I'm just in the space now where I'm just meant to support financially. Because everybody got to play a role.
Yeah.
And I know and appreciate that. But it's weirder. It feels weird for me taking more of a back seat up from it.
Yeah. I think, it's a whole disconnection.
Out here is different too.
From out here, but also with our president, right? I think a lot of us are disconnecting from media in general, right? Yeah. So news and shit like that, especially when 45 is there.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think from that, a lot of other things get disconnected because it's well, shit, I didn't even know about it, but if I would have known, I would have known about it if I watched the TV
or get on it. You're right, I don't.
And seeing a commercial, or whatever. Because I think for a lot of us. We get most of our news from the internet and things of that sort, especially when things go viral. But when it comes to locally, I think you get most of what what's going around in the area from the local news, because not only are they telling you the national bullshit, but they also telling you about the local things that's going on. And I think that since we don't watch the news like that and get all our stuff from internet, we miss out on those type of things because we're just not informed.
Yeah.
Right? Because I think about growing up or even when you went back home and you was the only thing we watched was the news and something else.
All day. Yeah.
And the news was on all day. But it was something about going over a grandparent's house or whatever and
watching the
news and seeing what's going on in the neighborhoods, and whether it was a event going on or whatever, you'll know about it. But I think since we're not doing that, we kind of miss out on that. So even though we are, in this area, in this new area, there has to be something going on. Yeah. But I think that since we are not actively looking for it, and we don't have that passive medium going on. I
protect my peace. So I don't cut it all out.
Yeah. You know, since we don't have that passive medium going on, because I think the news is the passive medium to let you know of like what's going on in the neighborhood. Because I remember like the news always segued to like what's going on in downtown Detroit, or you know, different events is going on. And it's like we don't have that, right? Yeah. So we don't get a local newspaper.
Maybe we need to. Maybe we do the newspaper instead of TV.
So that's the thing, right? So local newspapers are either obsolete or we just don't have it. Yeah. We don't watch the news like that. So how do you get local stuff if you're not in the know and you're in a new area?
True. Because it just felt different this year. Like MLK, like, you know, I appreciate, like I said, y'all know, read a couple of speeches, and today I'm gonna watch a couple movies, but I always do something a little bit more active, and this year it feels more passive. And like I said, I know everyone has to play their role at different times and everything, and I'm giving myself the grace to do that this year, but it did feel weird, odd for me.
And I even think about like live TV. So we don't even watch live TV like that, right?
That's true.
Like all the TV shows that we watch, we stream it later, like from on demand, Hulu, Netflix, and things of that sort. That we don't even watch things live anymore. So like, how do you get to know these things if you're not a part of a listserv or something, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So I think that's one of the things of trying to figure out, like actively figuring out like what's going on in our hood, so we can be a part of it.
Yeah, I might have to get old school. Like my father used to get. He might still get it. He used to get paper every day and read it every single day. Were you around when he used to get the paper all the time? Like,
no.
When we had like the paper boy and all that type of stuff for years. That would be like the thing. But I haven't did that at all, and I feel it. I think this is the first time I felt it, where it's like, ooh. Like, because I think my mom was like, well, what you doing? I'm like, child, I don't even know what it is to do. I think I heard the museum had free admission. But that's still a little passive, right? You know, usually I'm down somewhere bundled up, marching at least 3 miles at minimum somewhere, or writing something, or listening to a horrible talk from somebody. I am going to miss those trash talks. Shout out to people in higher ed. Who's going to be your
the thing is,
who's going to be your keynote this year?
I seen a place that had something like that, like had a lunch, like an MLK luncheon, but them bitches was like $85 a ticket.
Sheesh.
Just to see Roland Martin talk, and I was like, no.
Oh, don't do that to Roland Martin.
But and I'm not doing that. But shit, $85
a pop for all of us
for some food that y'all gonna get catered from the hotel.
Yeah, the thing is, not all the money not even going to like an organization, right? Yeah, I see what you're saying. But it just felt a little weird. I just wanted to check in with y'all, y'all, and to see how you felt. Was it just us, or it just felt different this year?
Yeah,
it felt very different.
Yeah. So I think all of that plays into context, because I remember watching the news a lot. Yeah. But since 45,
I don't. So I CNN. I don't watch none of it.
Like I don't watch none of it because it's all a trigger. It just triggers the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
And it fucks up my day, fucks up my month, and everything goes. So it's like, but how do you still stay in the know of abreast of what's going on in your neighborhood without having the medium of the TV and the news and local news and things of that sort?
That's true.
I feel like I need like a newsletter.
Yeah, the summary. Maybe I'm gonna check out like Google News or Apple News. Maybe I need to find like Flipboard or somebody and like figure it out myself.
Yeah, things to do in it, like things going on in the Bay or something like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it because I've been totally disconnected. And this is not like me at all, and it just feels weird. It just feels I feel a little out of integrity. But like I said, I'm trying to give myself the grace to do it. Y'all, doing a little piece of more happier pillow talk. We watched This Is Us. They back.
Okay.
Underwhelming. Randall won. Fuck. Kate is extra. Kevin and Black Cousin is doomed. And that's it. That's my summary of This Is Us.
Oh, where's Deja at?
Deja? She ain't doing nothing. She just in the background. Oh. Remember they told her she can go see her mama? And I guess she told her mama ain't text her back yet.
Oh. We knew that was going to happen.
No, I'm making that up. I don't know.
Oh.
But that sounds like, fuck mama shit. You tell real mama that, you tell bio mama that foster mama said I can come visit. What's your address? And all you see is them 3 dots and they go away.
Oh, you be waiting too. Oh, them 3 dots be there for like an hour. Damn, is she still writing?
No, I don't know what's going on with Deja. Y'all know how I be feeling about Deja. But Randall and Beth, you want to start with them. Randall won the race against the I don't know if he's a crooked politician, but I do think his time was up. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? Like, I think maybe when he first got in the game, he was making impact. I just think it was time for new energy.
Yeah, I agree. That's
all. Like, I don't know if he was a bad, air quote, guy or he didn't care about his community, but I just think his time. I think he did what he came to do, and it was time to go. Yeah. And I think also this fake pastor on here, all the real pastors need to take note of him too. Yeah. He did that little segue because you know pastors be giving endorsements. He did a little endorsement for both of them, real slick.
Yeah, he did.
And I was like, that's appropriate.
He's like, both of these dudes, we're in good hands with both of them.
Yeah, but he told the pros and cons of both of them in that same breath.
He surely did.
He said, now this one, he been with us forever, and you know, just because you with us forever don't mean you got to carry us through. You did your time. Thank you. We appreciate it. Randall, this brother don't live where we live, but it shows some dedication and support for him to drive 2 hours back and forth every day. So, with that being said, and then even at the end, I knew he was going to win as soon as he stopped caring. And then here come Beth. I support you. Beth, come on. I wasn't Team Beth on that one. When she was like, you said we can stop anytime you wanted to, and I told you and you did it. Beth, before the motherfucker said he was running to be councilman, you just can't stop in the middle of it. I'm sure it was time Michelle's one tell Barack, I'm done with this shit. But she ain't be like, tap out, nigga. Get out of here, Beth. Where's Felicia Rashad? I'm ready for her to come cuss Beth out.
She coming soon.
Beth gets on my nerves, y'all.
Why you don't like Beth?
Ugh, Beth is so ridiculous. You like Beth. I like Susan, but I can't stand Beth, honey. Susan, a badass actress, because when I be having this so much emotion to a character. But Beth, she makes me want to vomit. Randall, you said we gonna be here. What did she say? She started crying in the bed about when she was triggered by eucalyptus because it smelled like her daddy. Randall daddy died by a slow cooker. Shut up, Beth. You lose.
And the other one died for cancer.
That he just found 3 minutes ago. Go on, Beth. Don't compare. It's not. What's it called when people try to contrast things or compare and contrast things that don't?
Oppression Olympics.
Like it don't. No, it's a form of word and it doesn't scale. Like that don't. It's false equivalencies. What's a false equivalency you doing? Talking about I smelled the eucalyptus. What? What do you think of Brando say every time he say an appliance? what? You know,
I seen the toaster. And
I don't fuck with on and off switches.
I seen the toaster and I had a flashback
to fire.
To White Daddy dying.
To White Daddy dying. What's going on with Kate? What's going on with Kate? And what's that man named Eric? What's this Todd?
Todd.
What's Toby?
I don't know.
All them toys, all that old shit. They need Marie Kondo. Because she sold his old ass toys.
Yeah.
Ain't no room for that old shit.
Those are antiques.
No fucking antiques.
It is antiques.
Okay. They ain't get it back good.
Naomi good for selling man. Naomi don't have like nothing that she value.
What?
Like when it comes to things.
No, I don't. I can throw everything away.
So she don't get like antiques and things of that sort.
First of all, I know what an antique is. I just don't own any.
Naomi said that's some old shit. Throw it out.
So Kate, and Toby, I really wasn't there for that story. Like, when he's like, no, you're going to be the favorite thing. I'm going to be the favorite thing. Oh, my God. Really? We're going to come after waiting for 13 weeks to this bullshit? I almost in my head want to say, I thought Randall already won.
Is my living.
And then what's going on with Kevin and Black Cousin? She going to destroy him.
Yeah.
She's going to destroy him.
He's going to go back to drinking.
He's going to destroy.
Was he drinking?
She was.
Or was he doing drugs?
You getting confused on How to Get Away with Murder.
Oh.
And Elise and Kevin going to be drinking together. They should do a crossover episode where How to Get Away with Murder and This Is Us. And Elise and Kevin meet at the bar. Because Black Cousin, woo! She going to run him ragged. Mm-hmm. For the change, it's not the other way around. For a change, it ain't the man driving a woman crazy. Mm-hmm. This black woman going to tear him to the ground.
Yes, she is.
And y'all keep rooting for them to have real chocolate babies. It ain't happening. Mm-mm. She gonna run them ragged. Because she was moving in. You know, she had a rough life. Something done happened with some type of abuse or some form of abuse happened. And she's still processing it. But, okay. Like, I ain't know what I just didn't know what Jay wanted me to do with it. It was like a filler episode. Like, they could have did that in like a 30-second recap.
Mm-hmm.
And what else was going on in that episode? Are they going to meet Uncle Nicky? He drunk. Let me tell you a secret. He's drunk.
You think Uncle Nicky drunk?
Yes.
Uncle Nicky might be cleaned up.
Uncle Nicky is drunk as hell living in that trailer home. You seen him as a child. When people show you who they are.
You believe him.
And how was Uncle Nicky back in the day?
He was fucked up.
Okay. He just old and fucked up.
No.
Oh, I hate an old fool too. So I might not like him either. I don't like an old fool. All these years, you know, your brother done had kids. He done died because of the rice cooker caught on fire, and you couldn't see about these children.
Jesus.
And he knew his brother died. You know, he do old white man things, looking at the obituary in the paper. He knew his brother died. Because that's what white people put it. Do black people put their obituaries in the paper?
Sometimes.
Yeah, but I know white people love doing it to the point where it's a thing. They was like, oh, we got to send it to the newspaper. I think, God damn.
Yeah, they want to know.
Okay. I just was, and y'all know I love This Is Us, but this episode was, it was so underwhelming that I didn't know what to do. So hopefully they bring it next week. Is it time for Kate to have her baby or something? Let's get it. Come on.
You want to fast forward?
Yeah, let's get this baby out. Kate gonna get some postpartum.
They're gonna push this baby to the whole season. Man.
I know. She gonna be pregnant for like that giraffe. She gonna be pregnant for 3 years. If they push it to next season, I'm done. You know who's serving good television, low key, high key?
Who?
Modern Family.
Really?
With Haley being pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to people who watch Modern Family. Haley pregnant with twins with an ex-boyfriend. They actually serving some good family television. Mm-hmm. Believe it or not. Have you been watching Modern Family with us?
No, I haven't.
You know the girl that she supposed to be the one, you know, Phil and them daughter.
Yeah.
She the one that ain't the bright one.
Yeah.
She done got pregnant. And she pregnant with twins. Mm. And that storyline is very interesting because she's navigating like, oh shit, I live in a basement and now I'm about to have twins. And like even the parents are like, what does it mean to be a grandparent? Like, and how do I navigate this space? It's actually very good.
Oh, interesting. Compared
to This Is Us, that last episode was trash. And y'all can say what y'all want about it. It was horrible.
Have you been watching, what is it called? Million Pieces?
I'm catching up a little bit on Million Pieces. I'm still not willing to fully co-sign on it anymore. One more episode. We'll see. I ain't willing to co-sign on A Million Pieces because that nigga who killed himself is a fuck nigga. He's a bitch nigga. And I don't like to talk about people who done died like that. He's a bitch.
What about Manifest?
I haven't watched Manifest.
I was in it, but I stopped.
Told you. Our attention span.
Yeah.
But anyway, you got anything else about This Is Us Nerums?
No, because I was in and out that episode because I think I had to record a podcast.
Yeah. You know what I did want to talk about? You seen the Blackish episode?
Yeah.
What'd you think about that one?
Oh, that colorism?
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
That's it.
It's true.
Moving on.
Now y'all be ass over here talking about dark chocolate. And I'm like, girl, bye. You barely caramel macchiato.
What?
Girl,
I am
Naomi. If you do one winter in white ass New England with no sun, you'll pass the brown paper bag test.
Whatever. But anyway, for y'all who didn't watch, Blackish touched on colorism, and it started with something that was really true and something that I didn't think about because I had the privilege of going to brown schools, or at least 50-50 brown schools, the majority of my whole like K through 12. And it was lighting, so it was picture day, and they had like her personal picture was fine, but they did, they did a class picture, and she was like in the back, and like you couldn't even see it. It was just like,
it was like a shadow.
It was just it was just like yellow. It was just like white teeth floating in the air. I said they did Diane wrong. And like, there's a family, they were talking about going to school and white people be trying and da-da-da-da. But I think it was Junior was like, this ain't just white people. Right. He was like, we color struck. And then the family was like, ooh. And then it got quiet. And then you know how Blackish be doing a little Schoolhouse Rock intermissions with cartoons and stuff. And they talked about the history of colorism, not only in our community, but in a lot of underrepresented communities, being Asian, Indian, stuff like that. And it was kind of internal in the house, how he basically got a whole rainbow of kids in there. Yeah. Literally, right? From Tracy Ellis Ross to, Diane. Like, it's everything in the middle. Right. And it got to Ruby told her story of she allegedly was Creole and she was the dark nappy headed child. I'm saying that from love. and they made her play in the backyard, and that triggered her, and that's why she be cussing Rainbow out because it remind her of her Creole family and being treated mean, and she gonna bring up complaint. It was interesting.
It was.
How have you interacted with colorism? Yeah, how's colorism intersected in your life, like with your family? So how does colorism work in your family? I guess white people, I don't know. I feel like I'm the brown where I just come off. It ain't no.
The thing is, like your
black.
family,
right?
I think about your family, like they all black.
You go start with your family. You say my family. I was gonna say that too. We all kind of the same complexion.
Yeah. So there ain't no colorism.
It ain't.
The thing is, because my mother was fair skinned, and she had
what is it called?
Fair skinned.
With a D. Skinned it.
Skinned it.
Fair skin.
Dick.
She was fair skinned.
Scared.
Light skinned it.
Yeah, light skinned it. And she had vitiligo. So it really wasn't no, like, I felt like it wasn't even colorism, like within inter-family. I think it was like outside family, right? So like, I think where colorism came from me is like being younger and like my mama having like vitiligo before I made it to middle school, and people be looking at me like I'm adopted.
Ooh, kids are cruel.
So like, teachers, principal, kids, and things.
Wait, grown-ups.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But like, oh, Nim, are you adopted?
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
They tried it.
And being the shade that I am, and being like, nah, she had Michael Jackson. Like, I didn't know it was vitiligo. I just said she got Michael Jackson. And like, having to explain that shit.
You didn't explain what you called it, the Michael Jackson disease, or you just called it the Michael Jackson?
I just she got a Michael Jackson disease.
You didn't call it vitiligo.
No. She got Michael Jackson.
Or as my mom, vertigo.
Two different things. Vertigo is when you get dizzy and shit. Vitiligo is when your pigment change.
Leaves.
Yeah. So like I think there was a colorism around that. It wasn't even in the hood because they understood it and like they knew my mama when she was, her I want to say light skin original complexion. Yeah. But and then they seen the progression happen. But I think people that was outside of the circle would assume that I was adopted because they seen this older white lady pick me up and shit. Like they almost thought it was some
a nanny type or foster home shit.
Yeah, some foster home shit. Yeah. Like what's that movie with Sandra Bullock when she adopted that? Yeah.
Oh my God! Shut up. Blind Side.
Yeah.
And she dropped you off at football?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like that, like she'd drop me off at football practice, pick me up at football practice and things of that sort. And like people would ask me, like that was always like a ever going conversation with me was like, was I adopted? Because this older white lady was picking me up.
What'd you say? No.
And I'd just be like, no, that's my mom. And they're like, well, why?
And this is we know it's your mom, but is you adopt? Is that your biological mom?
And I had to go through the whole thing like she got Michael Jackson.
And niggas probably really didn't get that. Yeah.
Like, what? She turned herself white? Like Michael Jackson? Like, no.
Oh, so they thought she, like, bleached her skin?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. That's problematic.
So they had to go through that whole thing. Like, no. Like, there's a disease like Michael Jackson had.
You lose pigmentation.
That you lose pigmentation.
Yeah.
No, that nigga bleached his skin.
Oh, my God, Nero. I'm sorry.
I had to experience that. But, like, far as, like, inner family,
yeah,
like, I felt like there wasn't any colorism because, if there was, I wasn't around to witness it because you also got to remember, like, my parents had me later in life, so I was the only one in the house, right? So I don't know, like
they beyond that.
Yeah, like my sister and my mother was the same complexion, and my brother that committed suicide was a darker skin complexion, so he was a little bit darker than me. Yeah. So I don't know if it was colorism between them, or also like when all the families clashed together. So when my dad brought in his two kids from his previous marriage, who was also, dark skinned motherfuckers. No, I'm just saying like dark skin, and then you got my mom who's light skinned and my sister who's light skinned. Like all the boys were dark skinned, and all the girls were light skinned.
I mean, but if you do that, if you come to standards of beauty in black people, that would be acceptable, right? So I think they even mentioned that in the Blackish episode where Junior was like, yeah, you basically worship light skinned women, and then you be clowning light skinned men, right? Till they showed the Instagram meme with that lion who was he like an albino lion?
Yeah.
And he talking about his hair straight and he don't roar, he hum shit. So like that's more
right.
I don't know if the word's acceptable to be a dark skinned man, and to be like a lighter skin or a fair skinned black woman,
right,
with a looser curl pattern, is more of the status quo or the definition of beauty.
Yeah.
Compared to vice versa. I don't know. Light skinned guys had their moment too. Is it just they're not in style? I don't know.
You know, the Barges had their moment.
Shout out to DeBarge. Ooh, I'm gonna do a DeBarge Pandora station. Yes.
DeBarge had their moment.
The DeBarges did have a moment. But in my family, no. I think we were all kind of around the same complexion. Like we had a few family members that would be either lighter or darker, right? A couple handfuls, but I don't blatantly remember colorism. Like we called everybody black. Like even if you was a light skin family member, we called you Blackie. So maybe we had to process that. But it was never like I never remember hearing like, oh, she got pretty hair. Or I don't remember that as a young girl. Like I've never remember being insecure about my complexion as a child. I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, me either.
I'm lucky. We're lucky, right?
Yeah.
But no, that's not something that stands out to me at all. Maybe like my weight. I was chubbier. I was more insecure about that. But complexion, even hair texture, and I had the nappiest, the wooliest of the woolly.
Yeah, the woolly of the wool.
And I never had interaction with like good hair, bad hair. And I did have cousins who had like a very different texture of hair, but like they were darker skin, right? Like, but that still didn't. That wasn't really a thing with my family. And I guess I'm pretty proud. The thing is, I think that what was with my family, everybody can get it.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't think one was better than the other, but whatever category you were in, they played you. Like, does that make like?
Yeah.
I had a cousin that we used to call Black Beauty. You know who Black Beauty is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the horse.
Yeah.
Because she used to have long hair, long black hair.
But that's the thing, right? I think that's the thing. I don't know if there's any type of discrimination in the family because everybody can get it. Like,
exactly. Yeah, I think it was more neutral. It wasn't like, oh, you just picked on the light. Like, everybody got it equivalently.
So, you the fat one, guess what? You got fat jokes. You the beige one, guess what? You baby beige. So, like, I feel like everybody got it.
Yeah, and I think it becomes a problem when it's targeted, right? I think it becomes a problem when it's targeted, only certain people get it, and also it's not coupled with love, right? So for every joke I got a compliment too, right? It might not come from the same people, but for every joke I got a compliment on like how good I was in school or how smart I was. Like that came, so it was at the same way. Like I was able to get both.
The thing is, there's always ammunition.
What you mean?
For like jokes and shit, because motherfuckers play the dozen. You got a light skinned nigga that's trying to crack on you. The first thing is to shut the fuck up if I smack your ass and turn you red, nigga.
Oh my god!
I might be fat, but I'll smack you.
Where's that coming from?
I smack you in the face and turn you red.
I was done with Dre Toe Jr. He looked like Raven Simone with a fade. I was like, I had to stop. But colorism is real, and it's not just a black problem, it's a everybody problem, right? Like light is seen, like what Mooney said, light is right and black is something, a mess or something like that. So it's real, and it's something to think about, especially as we bringing these babies up in the area, in the age of social media, where it's no longer like just television and conversation. Like you're constantly getting bombarded with ideas of what beauty is and things of that nature.
Yeah. And I want to say also, this also goes into like white supremacy. Yeah. So I think the next episode we're going to talk about the Fire documentary because we've seen that shit.
Oh my god!
But also like that, right, where a privileged white man was able to do all this shit, but let that been a black nigga.
Child, he been in jail, under the jail. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You want to do one more?
Yeah, I want to do one more. I found this article, and it was about like being in relationships, because I reflect on this a lot, right? So folks all the time, they're like, oh my goodness, you and Niram been together for so long. How did you do it? Because Niram and I, we've been together for almost 12 years. And people are like, how do you do it that long? What does it look like? And I read this article. It was in The Cut. And the title of it is, I've been in 4 relationships with the same person. And I think that hit the nail on the head, right? So all the time, folks ask us, like, how do we make it? What does it look like? What are some keys to success? And of course we say trust, communication, all that good stuff. I think that does play into it too. But I think something also is to highlight is that our relationship has evolved. Remember how we say love is ever evolving?
Yeah.
Like, I think this article personifies the idea of an evolved relationships. Just like I think to some of my single friends or folks who've been in different relationships, right? Each time they're in a relationship, it looks a little bit different. They have a little bit of growth. They learn something about themselves, and their next relationship is hopefully, fingers crossed, is a little bit better. But the thing is, I think we've been going through that process too now. But it's just, instead of breaking up, we kind of stay together. And we're able to kind of go through this reinvention together. And what I wanted to do with you is kind of break down the 4 relationships that they had in the article, and maybe we can talk through it. But before we get there, what's your thoughts on that? Like this idea of being in a relationship, being in 4 relationships with the same person, like, and the idea of how our relationship has evolved over time.
I agree. You know, I think that is something that, you know, when you with somebody for so long, you're going to have to evolve. And there are going to be certain parts or phases within life that if you didn't stay with that person, you'll probably have with another person, right?
Yeah. So I don't know. I just thought it was good. And for y'all, we'll probably link it, but if you want to look it up, it's in the Cut, CUT. It's called I've Been in 4 Relationships with the Same Person. It's by Chelsea Gray, if y'all want to look it up too. So the first phase that they have is called the destructive phase. What she was saying, she describes this as being like the passionate phase. The way she said, we fell quickly and intensely in love, spent most of our waking hours side by side, drunkenly stumbling through the streets. This is a phase where they fought a lot. They were the embarrassing couple you see when you're out bar hopping in your 20s, yelling too loudly about things that are too private. It was a passionate type of love. You had no idea what love meant, and go on and so on and so on. Do you think we had a destructive phase? Or all in phase? I mean, I see that more of as all in.
Yeah, we had like
where you don't see nobody else.
Yeah. I think it wasn't like textbook destructive, but I think we had it. You know, we had the grind line.
What?
You know, I think we went through a lot during that phase, like especially in the undergrad. So, you know, from the grind line to, you know, me.
Please tell people what the grind line is so they don't come to their own conclusions.
So the grind line was at our apartment that we had this big ass.
Not ours, near his house.
Me and my roommates, me and my 3 other roommates. So we had like this townhouse.
Yes, it was 4 of them.
Townhouse place, and like we used to throw these banging ass house parties, and basically what we do is take all the furniture out, and since everybody be dancing on the wall, it was like this big ass blue line from the dye of the blue jean, just all over the living room. We just call it the grind line.
Yeah.
So like I feel like we had that, but we like all the yelling and shit like that. I don't think we went through that.
Well, what did you think our destructive phase looked like?
We definitely partied a lot. We hung out a lot.
You said we partied a lot?
Drunk a lot.
Oh, I didn't drink that much.
Yeah, you did. Your daddy might be listening, but you drink. You drink. You the one that created Mellow Males. What you talking about?
You silly. I think it was a time where we were just us. All right. Do you think even like did your friends ever be like, oh, you always with her? I think it was a time where we were like,
I think it was always too much. Yeah, I think.
Wait, you say now it's always that way?
No, okay. I think that's always a part. Like especially when you got 4 roommates and it's like, oh, we hanging out, whatever, and it's like, oh, I'm out. I'm chilling. I'm chilling with Niams. Like, damn, you always with her. What? Like, when you gonna come play spades? It's 4 of us where we can play spades. But you always gone.
And then I was looked as I was a problematic.
You was always gone, so we can't play spades because you the 4th.
Oops. I think what the quote that stood out to me on this one was, we're passionately in love. We had no idea what love meant. Do you think we had an idea what love meant?
No.
No idea. In our head, what did we think love meant? It was stupid. I don't think no one knows what love means to after at least 25.
True that.
No idea what love means.
Yeah.
Like romantic love, like truly unpacking what that means. I don't think we had any idea. Right. I think we were just checking boxes and doing what felt good.
Yeah.
Right. The next phase they had, it was called I'll make sure I get it. It's called the faux adult phase. So the author goes on to say, at 21, we decided to move in together. It didn't feel like a big decision at the time. We already spent all our time with each other. And even my parents were very supportive of the choice. Besides, right, we were adults. In an air quote adult relationship, we're serious now. This could not cement our relationship into what it was destined to be. I'm sure somebody at that time suggested this was a horrible decision, consider how young we were, but we were adults, damn it, and we didn't argue on the street anymore. Now we're only stumbling drunk into the streets on the weekend. Progress. What'd you think about that one?
Yeah.
Before adult. We did have something like this, didn't we? Like that summer before, maybe? Was that summer, like the year you graduated, you had your own place. and then I was still up there.
Yeah.
Do you think that was our full adult phase?
I think so. You know, because the thing is, I had my own place, so you was there a lot. Like, you didn't move in. But it was a couple of summers where you moved in with me.
Did I?
Yeah.
I don't know if my parents knew that.
You know. Surprise. No. But it wasn't for you.
No, I spent a lot of time up there. Like, I came up every weekend.
No, but it was one summer you moved in. So, you moved in.
Snitching.
Hey, you 30 now. So,
it don't matter. My parents petty.
So what?
They gonna bring it up where it's supposed to be brought up at Christmas dinner. So, as I'm checking the notes, this is my parents bringing out. If I bring out the timeline,
so I was just listening to Black Love Matters
podcast,
and Niram said something peculiar.
we lived together one summer. Niram, did we really? I'm really for real. Did we live together?
Yes, we did. Yeah.
Oh. I had my own apartment too, though. Where was that at?
Yeah, you had your own apartment, but I had left then.
I don't think we lived together anymore. I was working up there, and I was just up there a lot. I don't think I lived there.
You lived there with me.
I did not get mail to your place.
Yes, you did. It was for the summer because you took summer classes.
No, remember, I'm trying not to tell everybody what I did because this is getting too Googleable.
No, you did not.
You know what I was going to say I did? I wore a gold badge.
But you didn't have a place to stay.
Yes, I did. They provided it.
No, you didn't.
Remember in the dorms, in the towers. I don't remember this. We'll talk about this offline.
Now, y'all be mouthing to me. Shut the fuck up.
No, I'm trying to get the story right. That's what I'm trying to do. It might. Niram acting like I spent 4 months with him. It might have been 2 weeks.
It was the summer.
It was not the summer.
It was the whole summer.
It was not the whole damn
summer. It was.
Okay, come on. I thought it would be more so when I had my apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to come up on the weekend and stuff. That felt like a very faux adult phase.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I think all that.
That whole area.
I even think, and maybe, I don't know what the next phase is, but.
Adult.
The real life,
yeah.
But I even say, like, when we moved from like Detroit to white ass New England.
I think that's the real life phase.
Like, I think it went from like faux adult to like real shit.
Adult, when we really had to live together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the next phase is called. What is it called? It is called the real adult phase. It says we both dreamed of making a bid in the entertainment industry, so they moved from San Francisco to LA, and suddenly they had 0 friends but each other. But fuck it, we here and we did what we had to do. And they just talk about how they were adjusting to another area and figuring out what happened, like someone's parents died. Just major life events were happening during that time, and they were together. So I would describe White Ass New England as our adult phase.
Yeah.
Right, where it's kind of no choice, right? Like, we literally did what they did. We moved to a place where we knew no one but ourselves. Yeah. And we had to figure out, we had to redefine ourselves in that moment as adults, right? Like, we had to not niche, but recultivate what that looked like, right? We couldn't be the same people we were professionally or personally.
No.
That year before, because we wouldn't have been successful professionally or personally.
Correct.
Right? It's phases in your life. You can't continue doing exactly what you're doing. You have to be able to grow, and we're able to do that together. And then the last phase they have is the Renaissance phase, which I think we're going through that now. And they're just talking about, like, after confusion, job changes, just life happening. And this couple's actually getting married in this phase. But, I think we got other stuff going on. But I would definitely describe us as in our Renaissance phase now. Mm-hmm. So trying different things. What you think? What you think about? I kind of overtook the adult and Renaissance phase. No, what's your thoughts, Nero?
But I definitely think from moving from white ass New England to colonizer Valley, there definitely has to be some sense of like redefinition, but also like defining like who we are and what we do in between all of those phases, right?
Yeah.
And I think that is a phase where we're at now. So I think we are somewhere in between the real life phase and the Renaissance phase.
I think I'm in my Renaissance.
And the reason I say that is that we moved multiple times. Like we spent quite a number of years in white ass New England, and we're moved here, and we're still going through, I think, some of the things that we went through when we first moved to white ass New England. Being in a new place, not having friends, like not knowing anyone, and like trying to create a community, as well as building our our life, right?
Personally, professionally, emotionally, all of that. That's interesting. I think I'm gonna start telling folks that. The idea that, I don't think it's anything special. I think all relationships need trust, communication, and all that good stuff. But the thing is, I have been in different relationships because I get that from friends sometimes. Well, you don't understand. You with Nero, right? Y'all, you've been with him so long. That ain't how relationships work. It's different. And yes, I have been with Nero for a long time, but I think our relationship has shifted and evolved, and we've been in different relationships this time. We've been these times we've been together.
Because I think things change, right?
Yeah.
As we go through this, so like I even think about like this phase in our life right now where, I'm unemployed and you're the main breadwinner, and like how that, how that is looked at.
That's gonna be a phase,
and like how that is a phase, right? First, it's also like the phase of like when we bought our house, right?
Yeah.
And we was house poor for a little bit, and then we bounced back, and was living life. And then like I think that's another phase of like selling the house and like moving here. So I think those are all different phases, and they all have different challenges, like in life. Like all of those things have different challenges. But I think that when people break up and get back with get with new people, they experience different phases at different times.
Yeah.
So I think you can only go through the full grown up phase, for so long. Like when your ass turn 30, it ain't no more full grown up phase. You had something else.
I don't know. I just got a couple friends. They be on full grown up shit.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, y'all gonna move together and do what? Oh, okay. Good luck, sis.
Yeah.
But that was a good one. Y'all listen, let us know what you think. What do you think? Or have you been in different relationships with the person that you're in? What does it look like?
Well, that was a good episode.
Wonderful.
Well, as always, to submit your Black Love story, go to blacklovematters.com. To submit your question for Kitchen Table Talk, shoot us an email at blacklovematters@gmail.com. And to leave us a comment about anything that we talked about, head on over to that website. We also got that voicemail, and that's at 508-784-1111. That's 508-784-1111. Talk to y'all later. Remember, love is ever evolving.
Peace.
Peace.